Blessed be everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing sigils, but before we dive into the topic, I'm Sandra from mysterywitchschool.com. If you're new to the channel and you want to learn more about Wicca and witchcraft, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss any videos. This sigil creation is awesome to work with the Spellcaster Checklist, which is a free PDF that I have to help guide you into planning your spell work so that they actually work for you. So using your sigil magic and your Spellcaster Checklist will help you have more successful spells. The link to that is in the description field below the video. I've had a request to do this video. And this topic of sigils is very broad because there are a lot of different ways of designing your own sigils. This is just one of them. You will find there's sigils that are used a lot in magic that have been handed down for generations, that are part of grimoires, planetary sigils, angelic sigils that you can also use. There's sigil wheels, there's the Kameas, there's all sorts of devices that you can use to help you form a sigil. The one we're doing today is a really easy one. This is where you really nail your intent and try to put it into one sentence. Really focus on it. So today the example that I'm using is one for health, because I haven't done any health spells, I don't think, recently on this channel. So I've written it down pretty generally as good health is restored to my body. So you might want to do this kind of spell either for yourself or for somebody else if they've got maybe a cold or a flu or some type of ailment that isn't necessarily really specific or particularly deadly. So something that is really where you're needing general good health, rather than being something where you're going to have to put a lot of different types of focus into your work. Write down your sentence just like I've written it down here. And then once you've written your sentence, in this version, there's a couple of different versions of this. Some people will omit all of the double letters. Other people will keep one of the double letters. And what I mean by double letters is how often a letter is repeated in the sentence. So in this method, we start out with removing the vowels first. So I've removed the vowels in black where I've scribbled out the vowels of that entire sentence. And then after that, I don't know if you can see the colors, but the scribbling in blue is where I've gone and I've scribbled out the repeating letters of the consonants that are left. So you'll have a list of remaining letters there. Those letters that are remaining are the ones that you're going to use to construct your abstract sigil. The abstract nature of a sign or a symbol is what helps it connect to the subconscious, because the subconscious works in symbols. So it's the perfect way to connect your intent with your subconscious mind, which plays a huge part in helping you manifest the things you want to manifest. Even the process of doing this, where you start with your sentence, you cross out your vowels, then you cross out the repeating letters, even that process is beginning the spell with your subconscious mind. You've already started the spell, basically. Even if you're using just scrap paper like I am for doing this, you have already started the spell. Eventually, what you'll come to do is after you get your letters here, is you'll start to make an abstract sign playing with those letters. So all I've done is I've used some of these letters, and you don't need to use all of them, just use some of them. And this is probably where you're going to spend the most time, is doing your doodles till you get something that really resonates with you. So in this example here, I've used the G, I've used an H, I've used the R, and I've used the B. And then from there, I'm going to abstract that even more and come up with, which I've already got here, this sigil here. Now, if you're particularly artistic, then you may find that your sigil can be have absolutely no representation of the letters at all by the time you're finished with it. You'll see sigils that are really beautiful squiggly lines, and when you look at them you think, I have no idea where they could have got that from. That's fine. Be as abstract as you like. Abstract upon abstraction until you get something that you really resonate with, that you feel, yes, this feels like what it is that I'm wanting to do. And then after you've got the right sign, then you can start to work with it. Now, it depends what you want to do with your sigil. You can wear it as a talisman or as a charm. You can engrave it into silver if you're a silversmith and have it as an item of jewelry. Charge it up as an amulet, charge it up as a talisman. You can use it like here as a petition. Either you carry this with you or you can burn it after you've finished with it. You can use it as a ward to put over the front door of your home. You can put it under things or behind things to hide it, or you can keep it out in plain sight. If you're particularly artistic and you have a lot of artwork around the place anyway, just put it up there as part of your artwork and people won't even necessarily know that it is a sigil and that it is doing some kind of magic in your home. You can do sigils to bring in money to your home, to keep a home free from any negative energy, to keep a home free from intruders, love sigils, anything that you want and desire that you can do a spell for, you can do a sigil for. When you're using a sigil, particularly if it's on a piece of paper, if you're going to be putting the sigil onto jewelry, I would still recommend that you put it on paper first so that you can actually focus on it before you start working on your jewelry or working on putting it into another medium, so that you really build this subconscious connection to it. And you build that connection, which you've already started doing anyway, right from the get-go, is the white space that's in the circle. I like to put a circle around the sigil simply to help me focus on the sigil itself. You don't need a circle around it. It just helps me focus in on the sigil so that I'm not being distracted by anything else around it. Because you want to focus your mind on the white in the circle. So when you're focusing on the sigil, don't focus on the actual letters or squiggles, focus on the white space. So find the center of the sigil, focus on the white space, and as you're focusing on that white space, just calm your mind and then focus on your desire, on the feeling of having already achieved it. So in this case, with health, the relief that comes with having good health after you've had not so good health. What's that going to feel like? It's going to feel like a relief and it's going to feel good. So focusing on that. Seeing yourself, or if you're doing this for someone else, enjoying good health. What will they be doing? What will you be doing when you achieve that goal? So as you're staring on that white space in your sigil, just focusing on your desire and on your outcome and allowing the feeling, the emotion to gently be in your body as you do so. After maybe a minute of doing that, then you're ready to do whatever you are going to do with your sigil. So whether you're going to just put it somewhere, whether you're going to burn it, because you can burn it, whether you're going to then transfer that onto another object, so if you might do wood carving or jewelry, go ahead, do that. And as you're doing your magical carving or your magical jewelry, you're even pushing that out into the universe even more. So play with it. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be you and how you do things. You don't have to be an amazing artist. My sigils are very boring. They're not exciting sigils at all because I'm not a visual artist. But they're practical and they work when I do them on the fly. You may find sigil magic can be a really interesting type of magic for you to work with. My personal experience with sigil magic is that if I do it on the fly, meaning I just whip one up within 5 minutes and do it like the whole process within 15 minutes because I'm doing it on the fly, my sigil spells work out really well. But if I spend a lot of time working on a sigil, so try it out. Try doing a speed sigil and then try doing a really focused sigil where you spend more time working on it and see what sort of results you get. I don't know why it works that way for me. That just seems to be the way it works for me with sigils. You'll find that with different types of magic, you'll have magic that works really well for you and other magic that you just don't seem to get results from. It's unexplainable as to why it's different for everybody. But, you know, this is all about experimentation and having fun anyway. And of course, plan your spell beforehand. Make sure that it is something that is achievable. It is something that you're willing to work towards in the mundane as well and take action on. And do download that spellcaster checklist, which will just help you get a little bit more focused in your spell work. The link to that is in the description field below the video. And if you like the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm Sandra from MysteryWitchSchool.com. Blessed be.